we're going live right now. Let's see if that worked. I hope the quality is better, like the output quality. Oh, I gotta do this. Let's see. Spotify.
You know, it's always good time.
That's kind of loud. That's the source output? Why is it so bad? Doesn't make any sense to me. Hello. Did that work? Alright, cool. Alright. We are going live. This song is not entertaining. I want to know why I'm not getting higher quality. And why does the output scale dip down in resolution? Hey, Jordan. So Matt Allen is supposed to be our guest tonight, but he's putting his kids to sleep right now. So I am going to just start the stream early. How's your week been? Okay. Just okay. Hey, I have a question. Does the stream look normal like it normally does, or does it look like better quality or worse quality? Because I'm trying to figure out how I can get better output scale quality. Because right now, if I click on Twitch and I go to the output scale and I go to quality, I only get 648p. Been okay, lol. Back to working again. How was your week? Oh, same old, same old. It's been actually kind of nice not having to deal with class. Class has been nice. Okay, also, since you're here, we're waiting on Matt Allen to join. I do have his email. I do need to. Hey, Dale, what's up? Question, guys. Is this a better layout for interview for guests? Correct, Mundo? You like that interview style better? Yeah, I only get 648p as well. It isn't that bad, though. Pretty clear, no lag. Well, the problem is, if you're watching on a computer, it's bad. Like, I'm watching it on my computer. And if I do it this way, like, my quality on the computer is not bad at all. But I really want to get 1080p. Every professional studio, you gotta get 1080p. But do you guys like this one, or did you guys like the original? Yeah, I like that. Also switching to big screen when the other person is talking. So doing that. Okay. We're still waiting on Matt again. We're just waiting on him to... Oh, that's not the one we want. I want this one. I'm going to send out the snaps a little bit later when Matt gets on. So that way we get more interaction. Let's see. Let me go ahead and set up his What are we going to be talking about today? More of his drone stuff. I'm sad that you missed the last podcast, Jordan, because Nathan was really cool. I had a lot of good feedback on the podcast that we did with him. We had, he's an indie films director, and we started talking about creativity and going into the whole spiel with all that good stuff. So it was really interesting. Great stuff. Great podcast. If you have the time, go watch it. Let's see. I need to add Matt Allen. There we go. Send. Perfect. Yeah, guys, we're just waiting on Matt. Matt is tucking in his kids, and we will be right on time. Well, actually, a little off time. We are... I just figured go ahead and start the stream early so we didn't keep people waiting. I know he seemed very interesting in hearing what we was going to talk about. Yeah, Nathan does his own... Like, he runs his... Or he doesn't run, I guess. He's a Indies film producer and director, and so he's got this cool stuff. He just sent me the link for Dr. Friday, so actually... What I can do is post that link in the chat. It's one of the indie films that he's worked on. So it was really cool to talk to him and figure out, you know, what his perspective on the movie industry is. Let's see. Let me get this link. Copy link address. Oh, thank you for the follow. Thought for Trump. Thank you. Appreciate it. 4 million jobs created since election. For identity? Reason for identity. Alright, we'll allow. Just gonna paste. Here's his here's the little Indies film movie that he did. Definitely recommend checking it out. I haven't had the time to watch it yet, so I'm really trying to save the time to actually sit down and watch it. I think it's an actual feature film. He has his own podcast too, which is really nice. Yeah, I've heard about that. But we're gonna... Oh, this looks like it's gonna be good. Yeah, no, for sure. His he does a lot of good stuff, a lot of good work. So he lives out in California. That's why the last podcast was so late. I'm going to watch it after the stream. So he made it. Yeah, he worked on it. Like, his whole team, like, he had a whole budget and everything. And, like, I met this guy at UGA, and we graduated together. So it was really nice. Let's see. I got to drink my tea, man. It's getting late over here. Again, we're just waiting on Matt right now. So if you guys want to spark up any conversations, we can. Food stamp participation has hit a 10-year all-time low. So yeah, do check it out. Highly recommend it. And if you guys have anybody you want to support on the podcast, or you guys want to promote them, let me know, and I can help promote them through our podcast and all of our following. So I like to help people out. It's the least I can do for all the support I've gotten from you guys. Again, Jordan is a fantastic artist. So if you guys are interested in getting any sort of artwork, please check her out on Twitter. That does not mean she's free. So talk to her and let her know, because she does some pretty cool artwork. She actually did our emblem for the podcast. Yeah, huge shout out to her. I mean, she's been following since day one. But how's everybody's day going so far? Everybody doing well? Everybody doing all right tonight? Jordan, I know you've had a pretty good week, sounds like. Dell, I know we talked earlier today. How's your day been going so far after we chit-chatted? And you, Mr. Thought for Trump. How's your day going so far? Did you have a great birthday? Yeah, actually, the podcast was probably the highlight of my birthday. I really enjoyed it. I try to be as productive as I could in my own hobbies, and I got everything I pretty much wanted to get done on my birthday. Plus, having the podcast at the end was a great way to end it. Oh, I see. I know you know who I am is in here. Is this the flunky? Is I know you know who I am the flunky? Like, I've been trying to guess who you are every time, and I still have not gotten a real answer. Yeah, it's the flunky. Ha! There we go. Ha! 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 Finally, I figured you out. I've got your identity. Let me text Matt and see where he's at. He said he should be 20 minutes, and that was about 10 minutes ago, so hopefully he's joining in soon. So, Flunky, how you been, bud? Mr. Josh, what's been up with you lately? Very busy. Yeah, Dell, I know you stay busy, man. I think Mason and I actually talked about this on a previous podcast. We talked about like avoiding anxiety and being able to stay productive and stuff like that. It was really, I think that was a really interesting podcast that we did. Because he wanted to talk about depression, and then we started talking about solutions on guarding against depression and anxiety. And talking to you a little bit, it seems like the most productive way to combat the symptoms of anxiety and depression are to be productive and to do something, which is kind of counterintuitive if you think about the symptoms of depression and anxiety, because the symptoms of depression and anxiety make it hard for you to want to do anything. So that's why it takes a little bit of willpower involved. I find it helpful when you guys talk about anxiety, since I go through it, hearing ways to how to avoid it. And yeah, I'm no expert. And even doing a master's program on anxiety, they don't really teach you like the strategies on avoiding anxiety. It's just like, hey, here's what anxiety is. You know, this is the current research on it. Put that energy to good use. Yeah, you have to. But a lot of, I think it's becoming more common now to suffer from anxiety and depression. And I had my little, I guess, episode a couple weeks ago. I think Matt's here. Oh, should I deny his entry? Ha. Ha ha. What's up, Mr. Matthew Allen?
I should probably turn my headset on.
Denied. All right, now that you're here, I can send out the Snapchats.
Can you guys hear me clearly?
Yeah, actually, you have a really good mic, Nate. It's a really good mic. Jordan says, Matt!
Hey, Jordan. I'm pulling up the stream over here.
Got the T, got Matt, got the podcast. Swipe
Testing.
up to join. All right, I'm going to mute this so you don't hear this, like, repeat.
Boom. Got that new microphone going on over here.
Okay, I'm just sending it to everybody I can right now. So if you're in my snaps, you'll probably get it too, so.
Oh, I had to mute. I was wondering why I could hear you twice, but then I realized, duh.
Oh, it's
How
me.
have I been today? Well, I woke up to a $900 deposit in my bank account this morning.
Oh, is that your tax refund?
That was just my state. I'm getting back like 10 for 10,000 for actual like my refund.
Refund. Oh no, that did
But
not mean to do that, Matt. Oh, hold on, give me a second. I
that
grabbed
would
the wrong
explain
thing.
though the $200 microphone and then the new Galaxy Watch.
Oh really? So you're just balling out?
Well, I found the Galaxy Watch. I've been eyeing it on Facebook Marketplace for like a week, and dude dropped it from 200 to 110. I was just, shit, okay.
All right, give me 1 second. Let me make sure I sent that. Did I send it through? Did it all go through? Yeah, it did. Cool. All right, so we're ready to go. Ready to go.
Oh, Jordan, I sent you a friend request on that one app that I can't remember the name of. Discord.
Okay, so I just started an Instagram, guys. Well, I actually no, that's a lie. I had an Instagram for 2 years, and I've never used Instagram. But for some reason, I had like 80 something followers on Instagram, and I've never made a post. I've never followed. I didn't do anything, and then all of a sudden, like I get on, and I've got just like 80 something followers. So I'm like, might as well make my first post today. Oh, I like
Okay,
that.
laziness. That's my butt crack.
I
Probably
like
showing
the ass
too on
crack.
that one.
Yeah, I like it.
I also have an Instagram. Don't ask me what my username is because I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't post very often, but when I do, it's mostly just kids and animals. Jesus Christ.
Oh, since I'm here, hold on. Let me do this. Oh, I didn't mean to cover your face. Your beautiful face.
Oh god, this chair sucks. That's another thing I'm getting.
That new
Taxes
chair.
come in.
Oh yeah.
A new freaking chair because I got this old chair from like 1479. This shit sucks, yo.
It's beautiful.
Okay, let's sit back down. Let's get going. It's gonna be 20
All right.
minutes of me getting adjusted.
All right, here we go. All right, back in. All right, Matt, how's your day going? Let's just start with that.
It's going. Do we have a topic for today, or is it just random Thursday?
Random Thursday, random conversation. You said you wanted to be on again, and we made it happen. Hell yeah.
Hey,
That's what we're doing.
I had a great time last time I was here, and myself had such a great time. I went back and rewatched it on his YouTube channel.
Hell yeah. Give me those views, boy.
You guys should go subscribe to.
Give me those views. Actually, I took a clip from the last one, and I posted that on my Instagram.
The clip that I have to. You should probably disclaimer to the FBI on that.
I did. I said disclaimer. We said disclaimer.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, we did. We said disclaimer.
We took that 1 minute clip of me saying I sympathize with Casey Anthony.
Yeah. That was the best part. Oh, man.
Dude, that was the absolute greatest comment I think I've ever made. But if I need to prove that my daughter's still alive, I totally can.
Oh my gosh, Matt. We're going down this rabbit hole again.
Hey,
you're going to give me more clips to post on Instagram, and then FBI is going to be knocking on our door.
In like Idaho or Iowa or something that her 3 kids went missing?
No.
So
FBI watching the stream now. FBI is joining the chat.
Yeah, like long story short, her kids went missing, and this was like right after I guess her like ex-husband or boyfriend or something mysteriously died. And then her kids just go missing, and nobody has seen from or heard from the kids in several months. And basically, she's I guess got a warrant out for her arrest now because she was told by the police or the FBI that you have until this day at this time to, show us your kids, or we're gonna assume they're dead because it's like everybody who got near her died a mysterious death.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah, that's.
Well, there was a family, I think a couple years ago that I read about in the paper, and it was just a really tragic story. But the mother had lost her husband. She was losing her finances. She lost everything, and she had a special needs child, and she didn't have any way to take care of him. Hey, what's up, Grant? Yo, all the way from London, my boy Grant.
Oh shit!
Shout out Grant. That's my cousin, dude. That's my cousin. But yeah, this woman, like everything was going wrong in her life, and she couldn't figure out how to fix it. So I think there was mental health aspects that were definitely involved, but it was right down the street at one of the parks that we lived near. She took her special needs child and she put a bullet in him and put a bullet in herself. And it's just crazy how, people can come to that conclusion that that that's okay. Like that's their outcome.
No, I've actually probably got you beat. You ever heard of BTK?
Uh-uh.
If you ever want to just go down a rabbit hole of fuckery, look up BTK. His name was Dennis Rader. So I grew up in Wichita, Kansas. I
Okay.
think everybody who knows me knew that.
No, I actually didn't.
Um,
I've never met you, Matt. How would I know that?
because we've been talking online for like what 3 years now.
Oh, you're my online waifu.
Hey. So anyway, I grew up in Wichita, Kansas. News to Dylan, I guess. And back in the mid to late '80s, a dude by the name of Dennis Rader started killing people. He would like pose as like city workers, just various things to gain access to their house to kind of like stake everything out. He'd sneak in, or like he'd sneak in while they were either sleeping or away from the house, wait for them, and then he'd like tie him up and then just like brutally kill them, but in a not sloppy way. Like he didn't like slit their throats or anything like that. He would always like suffocate them or like strangle them, which BTK's bind, torture, kill.
That
That
was
shit
his.
happened.
That was his nickname.
Yeah, that was what the media named him. That shit happened like 10 minutes from where I grew up.
That's crazy.
All throughout the '80s, he went dormant until early 2000s, and then got cocky and sent the news station a package with like a floppy disk and just a bunch of random other things that like tied him to the crime, but he didn't realize that back then, even I think it was 2003, 2004, he didn't take into consideration that technology has advanced, so they were able to actually
So
take
they
this
caught his
floppy
ass.
disk. They took the floppy disk and like were able to kind of reverse everything that was on it and pinpointed it straight to his computer from the church that he worked at.
That's whack. I mean, you've heard of the Zodiac killer. I think everybody has, right? Like
Yeah,
Ted
but I
Bundy.
don't. Yeah, but I'm not like 100% like.
Like that dude never got caught.
Yeah, and he's probably dead
Yeah,
now because it's
probably.
been ages. But
Well, the thing is, like back then, was it like not even 20 years ago? There was like an abundance, not an abundance, I guess, but there were more serial killers around because technology wasn't as advanced, and so we weren't able to pinpoint the things that are going on with serial killers. And this is a weird place to take the topic or take the
hey, look,
podcast.
you just kind of gotta find a topic and roll with it.
Yeah, we're rolling with it right now.
Oh
But
shit!
do you
Probably just
pull up your camera just a little bit?
up.
Pull it up just a little bit so we can see your beautiful face. No, other way, dude. Not your nipples. Oh my goodness.
What are you gonna do with me?
Bend you over. Congratulations, you received oh, cool, 100 messages today with Restream Chat. That's cool. I'm cool with that.
Oh, speaking of which, teach me how to. I don't know how to do it. I need to figure out how to host.
We could do that some because I don't know how to do that right now. But
Oh, well then I'll just do this. I'll just post this link on my Facebook.
that's cool by me. But even though serial killers has gone down, like it seems like mass shootings has kind of taken its place. You think?
I would say, and I've never thought about it this way until just now. Mass shootings, and this makes total sense to my brain in this moment. Mass shootings are basically just serial killings, but in rapid succession. So instead of just kind of drawing it out over time, they just get it all done in one shot and like leave no room for people to like imagine when it's gonna happen again.
Yeah, I think that's the point I'm trying to make. Is like it's even serial killing beforehand in like the 80s was a thing, but you don't see serial killing now. All you see is mass murders. Like you don't hear about the Ted Bundy that has like 20 different women that he's raped and killed. You just see the guy down the street that shot up a mosque or shot up a school. And I think that's just it. What's crazy is I think that psychological element has always been there. And I think that's the weird and crazy thing, is that we've always had this affinity and proclivity towards heinous and just egregious crimes.
Look. I don't want to be that guy, okay? But they can't see my beautiful face.
Yeah, no, I'm
Oh,
going back and
they,
forth, buddy. I'm going back and
oh,
forth.
so you're hands on. See, I'm just
Yeah.
kick back, relax.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
sit back and enjoy the ride.
I don't have the brain power for all that. That's
Well, no, I'm just trying to make it more engaging because Jordan said she liked it when I switched screens, so I'm trying to switch screens and make it more entertaining. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
Keep that element of surprise going.
I don't think they want to see this up
She
in full screen.
But yeah, what are your opinions on I guess mass shootings right now? I guess we're going there since we already brought up the topic. Like, who's gonna talk next? Boom, he is.
Okay, so disclaimer: what I'm about to say is a complete joke. But me being me, I can't.
We gotta say that.
I have to send a disclaimer. But what is my opinion on the next?
No, not the next. I'm talking about like, what's your opinion on
Mass shootings in general?
well, being as though serial killing has kind of like seen its decline.
What? Okay, so basically, everybody who doesn't want to die in a mass shooting, befriend the quiet kid.
Oh my gosh, Matt.
I'm just saying.
This is why we're having you on, because you say some outrageous things, and I love it.
I
love it.
That is me.
I love it.
No, God, like I don't know. There's just been so many. Like it's kind of ramped up. See, I kind of started keeping track of like these mass shootings, whether they be school shootings, which are the worst in my opinion because these people are young. But
that's what's scary. Did you ever see any of the footage from the Parkland shootings?
I try to not to. I have very strong stomach. I have seen people get beheaded. I've seen people get shot.
It's terrifying. The school shootings are terrifying. I could not imagine myself being in that situation. And I tried to do that. I watched the school shootings and I tried to think in a first person perspective of what if I was in this situation as a 16 or 14-year-old, and I couldn't. Like that.
What about Sandy Hook, where it was a bunch of like?
It's just as horrible. I don't.
Young people. I mean, these kids were like 5 and 6.
I mean, regardless of the age, like I couldn't imagine it.
But I started keeping up with the whole like school shootings and kind of like just doing a bunch of research back when what's his name, Cho Sung Wee.
Who's that?
A dude who shot at Virginia Tech.
Oh, is that really?
Yeah, he ended up killing like 33 people.
Yeah, I knew someone whose brother was a victim in that. So that was rough.
I mean, the only person I know that has any affiliations with school shooting, I don't want to like steal his clout because it is what it is. But this dude, I don't know if you've ever heard of High Res. You ever seen the dude who walked into the McDonald's and did the he wrapped his order?
No, hold on. I think I messed this chat up. Oh, I did. Whatever. I couldn't imagine what the teachers or even the students go through in the situation. I think public schools have been so objective to stuff like this for so long.
Jordan,
do you guys think online school will take over one day to keep everyone safe? That's a good question.
To answer, that's a really well thought out question. To answer your question simply, yes, online schooling has definitely taken over. Like it's taking over.
Yeah, but do you think that that's the next safety net for kids?
It's sad that it has to come to that because a core part of children growing up is to have that
social interaction.
That social interaction, or they're gonna be like my dog, who everybody meet Marley. She's back there somewhere.
I can't see her.
I don't know where she's at.
She's somewhere. Oh, there she is. I see her laying down.
Yeah, she is socially anxious, and that's because she didn't have any other dogs growing up.
Right.
So I mean, it's the same thing as with kids.
Oh,
Is they have to have interaction with other children their age so they can work through how to, you know, deal with their anger or deal with their sadness or something like that. Because, like I said, the quiet kids who don't have anybody to turn to or they don't feel like they have anybody on their side, they're just gonna lash out one day, and you know, next thing you know, you become part of a statistic.
well, I guess the other alternative is Jordan says, I did online school and I can tell you that I lost some social interaction that I once had. So I guess the other side of that coin is even though they're not getting social interaction, that does eliminate some aspects of bullying.
No, it doesn't.
You
We
don't
live in a
think?
world where everything is online. Full disclosure, I feel a lot bigger behind a computer screen
Everybody
than
does. I think
face
that's.
to face. So, like, if I were to like message somebody, hey, if I ever see you in the
I'm gonna
streets, I'm gonna
fuck
punch you
you
in your
up,
face.
bro.
Yeah, but then when I see them in the streets, I'm a pussy. I can't fight. So it doesn't. If anything, today's day and age, everybody's got one of these. Like even like small children, they have these, and it's stupid. Like how easily accessible anything and everything is to, you know, forming brains.
Ain't that the issue with the social media in general? Is like it's made it so much more possible and so much more easy for internet trolls to just go online and trigger people and
Yeah, I
what
mean,
was that?
that's my brother-in-law. I
Oh, is
guess
it
this.
really?
I
Tell him
guess
I
this
said
Yeti
hey.
mic is
I
doing
can
its
hear him.
job.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I know nothing about this thing. I'd have it on cardio mode or the heart thing, I guess. And that, according to the lady I was looking at online, she said it, tries to tailor to what's in front of it, and not everything else in the background. But I'll learn it when Austin teaches me,
Yeah.
because you don't know shit.
I don't. I don't know shit about audio or video editing. I've
This
every,
this
every
boom arm is terrible. Like I like it, but I wanted my microphone like down here,
yeah.
but I don't have the setup for that because my desk is so high. Like I want to get one of those desks that's two tiered, so my monitors will be up higher and then everything else will be lower. But until
I got you.
then, I'll just keep my picnic table.
Yeah.
I do
But
like this aspect though. I can just slide it out of the way, or if I wanted to move it over there,
I need to get
just
myself one of those.
um, this entire setup was like $180.
Might have to invest. My birthday was a couple days ago. Early or late birthday present to myself, I think.
But I can move it over here to where I don't know how loud I am. Let me unmute you real quick.
Blah 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 blah. I think you're fine because I can see my audio and it goes into the yellow a little bit, but yours does too. So yours is fine. But anyways, back to what we were just talking about. Internet trolls.
Oh, I was gonna say full disclosure. I already forgot what we were talking about.
Internet trolls.
Welcome to my brain.
It's all right. I'm ADD too. That's what makes this
Um,
podcast fun because I can just read a comment and I'll go completely off track.
Dude, I had a teacher in high school that was like that. If we didn't feel like doing any work, we just asked him about farm life or tractors, and this dude talked the entire class period about farm life and tractors. And I'm just like, all right.
I love it.
But so back to the question. I
Internet
don't think
trolls.
online school. I don't think it really lessens the bullying, and maybe the physical aspect. You don't get your ass beat as much unless you're an internet going online schooling here, and I beat your ass because you're not doing your work. um, but no, internet trolls. I already forgot what the question was again. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm reading. I'm reading Jordan's comment right now, and she says, "Honestly,
Look,
I'm so surprised that I didn't ask Dylan of what I was currently talking about during the podcast when I was on. I'm so ADD. That's why I have to
Jordan,
drink coffee to keep me focused.
Jordan is like the. Oh, I'm gonna add her on here too.
Do it.
She's like. I want to say she's like the OG here. Is she one of your day ones?
She's one of the day ones.
She's definitely more interactive than anybody's ever been on
She
my stream.
is. She is day one, and she has made our logo. So
She is to you what you are to my stream.
Yeah, I, bro, I stay around on your stream, bro.
You just pop in randomly. Like, I'll forget I'm streaming, and then I'll just see movement out of my peripheral. But oh crap, I'm streaming. Hey Dylan.
Yeah.
I'll talk about 100 million things at once. And when I asked my mom what I was talking about, she lists all the things. Well, first off, your mom is amazing because me being ADHD, if you're talking about more than like one or two things, I stop listening because it's very hard for me to. And look, my name's in the corner. It's very hard for me to. Obviously, I can't keep a freaking thought.
Perfect example.
Like I'll be playing video games with my buddy Cole or Dylan or anybody like that, and these are noise canceling headphones. So when I'm playing like COD or something, all I hear is explosions and cuss words.
Yeah.
So like my wife will be standing there talking to me, and I won't have any clue because I'm focused on the game. So it's like super hard for me to focus on like what's going on in my left ear, and then if she's talking to me, I pop this out and I try to listen to her over on my right ear, and then I just get overwhelmed and then I get aggravated.
Oh, that's nearly impossible for me whenever I'm trying to play a game and Nikki's trying to talk to me. She gets frustrated with me because like I'm so intent or involved and invested in the game, whatever it is, that when she's trying to have that conversation with me, especially on our way home from work, and babe, I'm sorry if you're listening, but
sorry,
like,
Nikki.
She's like having the conversation with me and she's telling me about something, and she'll get mad at me and she'll be like, "You're not even listening to me, are you?" So I have to fess up, and I'm like, "No, I'm sorry," and I have to leave the game and everything because I want to be a good husband. No, of course I'm not, Nikki. I'm telling you how I don't listen sometimes when I'm playing a game. Yeah. She loves me. My dad did that to me today, LOL. I was like, he just said yes to a question that wasn't a yes or no question. What an OG, bro.
I got one for that. So I'm bad about not listening to my wife whenever she's talking to me because, like I said, I'm invested in, I'm a dude. So my brain has got like two pathways.
Yeah.
And if both of those pathways are like taken, you got to get in line. So I finally got revenge on my wife one day. It's about a month or two ago. She was so invested in this game that she was playing on her phone. And I was talking to her probably about some gadget that I got. And I was like super excited about it. And I was just talking to her for like 5 or 10 minutes straight. And then she just out of the blue goes, "I love you too." And I looked at her funny. I go, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "What?" I go, "I didn't even remotely tell you I love you." Oh, I wasn't listening. Thanks. I just wasted 10 minutes my breath on trying to like talk to you, and now I know how she feels though. So I try to.
Nikki has done that with me when I think she kind of understands too, because I got her Luigi's Mansion for Christmas this year. And she was so invested in that game. Like, I'd try and come up and have a conversation with her. I'd tap her on the shoulder, and I'd say something, and then she just wouldn't listen to me because she was so focused. So, Luigi's Mansion is a good game. But
I don't care for games like that.
But
I have hair going in my nose.
Now I know how she feels when I'm trying to tell her something, and then she's not listening to me, or she's trying to tell me something and I'm not listening to her. So I can relate on that aspect.
Yeah, I think it's like a 50-50 thing now, but I can't really talk to her much anymore because she's doing her schooling and math is kicking her ass, and she's so ready for the 22nd of this month because our math class will be over.
Oh, hell yeah.
I've like lost my wife. We haven't. God, I have
Well, you better go find her.
Really pesky hair on my nose, so you guys are about
Dad
to
jokes.
witness some gorgeous.
Oh, awesome. So this is the ADD Matt that we're talking about here.
Well, it's a stupid mustache hair, and it keeps going inside of my nose.
Jordan, I think you'll be fine on college math. It's really not that
Jordan,
bad.
I'm gonna be creepy for a second. How do you know how old are you, Jordan?
I'll let her answer if she wants to.
Well, here, don't answer that. What grade are you in?
She's graduated college.
So are you still in high school, or are you graduating this year?
Or not graduated college. Why did I say that? She graduated high school already.
Oh.
Don't be weird,
I'm
Matt.
just saying, have fun because adulthood's fixing to just a bow.
Bow. Yeah, I hit you right in the freaking face. Oh my gosh.
Adulthood is the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
Yeah, I turned 26 Tuesday. So I'm over here like, well, shit, there ain't no going back. I gotta just go forward at this point. I finished high school in September of 2019, but since I did online school, I cannot graduate officially until May. Why is that? Since you did online school. Or do you still have a
Maybe,
class left?
I'm assuming that she did online school, so she worked at her own pace and probably maybe outpaced everybody and got all the curriculum done, but she can't officially graduate until graduation time.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
Dude, my school was a freaking chode. Like,
High
um,
school?
I, yeah, I'm not gonna name this guy by name just because if you know, not if when we make it big and you know everything blows up and he eventually sees this, I don't want him to be called out by name because it's embarrassing. This dude I went to school with was so in my school we had to do a portfolio, which you had to do like 3 pieces of work per semester per class per year. You had to like compile everything over into a portfolio, and in order to graduate you had to like present your portfolio to like the graduation board or whatever.
Right.
Sucked mostly because I didn't start on mine until like halfway through senior year. um this guy did that. He got his graduation cap and gown, which was like $200 for some flimsy freaking crappy fabric that fell apart in like 20 seconds. He did everything he had to do to walk in graduation. He was standing in line at graduation night, May 29th, 2011. And they pulled him out and said that there was a miscalculation in his final grades.
Oof.
He missed having enough credits by 1 point.
Uh,
He failed his math class with a 69. You had to have a 70.
oh
And
my
they
gosh.
pulled him out and did not let him walk in graduation. Now, this dude was a hard ass all through school. This, this, yeah, it's really messed up, and I'm still pissed at my school to this day. He ended up graduating, but they didn't let him walk. They didn't let him walk in graduation. He had to get his diploma mailed to him after he passed that course over the summer.
Honestly, that's one of my biggest fears, to be honest, and I have nightmares about this still at 26 years old. Like, I've completed college and I'm in a master's program, but I swear some of my dreams revolve around me. Hey, buddy, revolve around me missing a course at like missing a course, or they miscalculated a grade in high school, and so I have to go back in high school while I have already a degree in from like a graduate degree. I swear it's like one of the weirdest reoccurring dreams that I have. What did Jordan say? It's almost the point of going through it though. Like it's a big accomplishment. I'm glad that he graduated still. Yeah.
Yeah, he graduated and he's making more money than everybody in that school that works there.
Oh, beautiful.
Come here, mama.
Oh man. At least your
So,
dog doesn't bark and decide to bark when you do a podcast. Like no other time. He's good. He's chill.
oh, she's
Just
fine now. But if I were to hit that door, the chocolate lab and the Doberman that are currently in the living room would immediately start barking, which would get her started.
mm-hmm.
Oh, so this dude I was telling you about, he actually was one of like the lead architects, and well, I wouldn't say he's the lead architect. He was one of the lead people that actually built Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, so he got paid a pretty big chunk.
So he failed math but went on to be an architect.
Yeah,
Wow.
He failed.
Talk about turning the situation around, bro.
He failed because, and I'm not knocking on these teachers. The teachers gave up on him because he was like my brother who had a learning disability. My brother is short term. He can't retain anything. He has to basically just keep working until it eventually converts into long term. So that's what this guy had to do. Is he basically, he's my age. We graduated. He had to sit there and basically teach himself different methods on, how to retain information. And
How
now
to
he's
learn.
freaking brilliant.
Yeah, I think hard work trumps natural intellect any day.
I don't know if he's a millionaire brilliant, but he's comfortable. I can tell you that. And then I actually got two people that I went to school with, both of which are millionaires now, but they're self-made. Well, one of them self-made, the other one live with mom and dad, still does, and mom and dad got money, so she basically she's a realtor or whatever.
So at 26, I'd be living with my mom and dad if I could, man.
Well,
Ain't gonna
she's a
lie,
real-
save some money, bro.
I'm bleeding now. Sweet. She's like a realtor or some junk, and because she lives with her mom and
Smart money
dad.
moves, bro. Of course I'd live with my mom if I
Well,
freaking could.
I'm not mad at her or no means, but she actually just became a millionaire, and this is after she went and bought herself a Bentley.
Hell yeah, dude. That's how you do it. You live with mom
Whatever,
till you make it big.
whatever,
Shit.
whatever the Bentley is that the model, the Chrysler 300 is based after. That's what Bentley she's got.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a friend that opened up is like I don't know what his business is, but I see him every now and then at the gym that I go to. But he opened up a business that revolved around healthcare. And so he's been outsourcing doctors to other practices. And this dude literally just posted just posted a picture on Instagram the other day when I got on for the first time, and all I see is this dude like taking a private jet. And he's straight saying, I'm not flexing, but I'm flexing. And I'm just like, dang, dude, you made it. That's congrats. I love seeing people that make it.
Yeah, my buddy Kojo, I will call him by name. Shout out to you, Kojo, if you ever see this. He was one of those people like that kind of thought he was, oh, sweet, I can see my nose now. He thought he was, I don't know how to word it without sounding like a dick. He kind of got, jumped in with the wrong crowd,
Right.
and kind of was trying to paint himself out to be something he wasn't.
Right.
And then when he finally discovered who he was, he made it. He actually lives in Vegas now, and he produces like rap videos for big artists like Lil Wayne and I don't know, my rap artists and stuff like that. But at the same time, he also is a coordinator for like their after like their parties and stuff. So he coordinates and gets all these people together, and then they pay him a commission off of it. And this dude's sitting on like 4 to 5 mil in his bank account right now, just off of that alone.
That sounds like hella fun just to be able to plan a bunch of parties, to be honest.
Well, he's talented at what he does, and back when we were in school, you didn't have all these like wannabe rappers and music producers and stuff. He self-taught how to make beats and do this and do that. And
Well, school doesn't measure people on creative aspects.
Technology wise, we
No,
didn't have.
no, I know, but I'm saying like a lot of these people that we're talking about right now that has made it successfully in a lot of these businesses. I mean,
Yeah,
they've had these creative aspects or these ideas that she said, "Are you okay, Matt?" He's
funny story behind this little injury on my face.
Yeah,
I'll tell that in a minute.
but
But
I don't think school really measures all the aspects that it needs to. I think school definitely there's this like movement now that school is overrated. We don't need school. School is outdated, and I don't believe that at all. I think school definitely teaches you discipline if you're like at an early age if you're willing to learn.
Yeah, but again, school's not exactly for everybody. I
I
do
agree. I
strongly
agree.
recommend everybody finish at least high school.
Yeah.
But as far as college goes, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, what do all three of them have in common?
Billion.
Billions of dollars, and they're all college dropouts.
Well, I think those are bad examples because they're the few people that actually made it. Like, I think
Yeah,
there are a lot of people that drop out of college thinking I'm going to be the next Bill Gates, but you don't see them because they didn't make it. But Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg and Jeff Bezos, they all made it. So now they've kind of like opened the pathway for people to do it, but you don't hear about the stories of people that drop out and don't make it. So
yeah,
I
that's
don't I don't
true.
I don't want to tell people drop out of school, it's useless, but I do really think that we still need school, just like Jordan says, we still need it. But we need, again, like she's saying, more creative outlets and more other ways to measure creativity or intellect.
Yeah,
You also need some worth ethic, talent, and a little luck. Yeah, agreed.
I agree, and I also think that they need to make school, furthering your education more accessible to people, like myself, or I'm assuming most of you guys, where you can't just afford to go drop 30 grand on tuition. Like I understand that, they have to be able to afford to pay their teachers and their coaches and stuff, but let's take the University of Georgia, UGA, Coach Kirby Smart. You know how much that dude makes per year just coaching a ball game?
How much?
About $5 million a year just to
That's
coach a ball game.
fucking crazy.
Why does a college coach need that much money per year?
Because he brings in more money for the school. That's
I under
why. That's why they're
I
investing in
understand
them.
that, but pay him a comfortable 1 mil a year. Take that other $4 million and put it towards.
She said, "That's a lot of money."
I
Student
mean,
loans for life. I'm in that
no,
gang, bro.
know it all. My aunt, she is going on. I think she's 45, 50, something like that. She's up there. Like she's well past her, you know, prime days. Love you, Aunt Wendy, but she just literally within the last like 5 or 6 years paid off her student loans that she took out 20, 25 years ago. There's no reason for that. That's part of why I didn't go to college, is because I'm not, what's the point? And again, I could be put my foot in my mouth, or, saying something that sounds uneducated. What's the point in me going to a school to make money to pay off my school when I can skip that middle stone altogether and keep the money that I make instead of having to pay back
And
my tuition?
that's sort of like the movement that's going on if you're into memes. Like there's a large meme community out there and a lot of them are pushing to go to like trade schools where you're learning these technical skills. And I think that's awesome and I think people, if you want to do that, go do that. Save yourself some time, save yourself some money. Like I wouldn't tell somebody to go to college if they didn't know what they wanted to do. If
Hey, I
you're
will be back. I still got you in my ears, but
Yeah,
I
you're
gotta
fine.
get me a drink. You won't see this beautiful face
Oh, thank
for a
you.
second.
Beautiful. Oh my gosh, you're gracing me with that. Oh, gracing
I'm
me
grac-
right now.
I'm gracing everybody with it.
Ah, there you go. But she said, take your time. But I don't think that telling people to go to college if they don't know what they want to do is the right move. I definitely believe we should, instead of encouraging college or discouraging college, I think we should encourage more of a break time in between college and high school. I think that's what we really need to be pushing for so we can actually get people time and give them a little bit of thinking, get their juices flowing on what they wanted to do. I think that's the next movement we need to be pursuing.
Word.
Did you hear that, Matt?
Yeah, I told you I had you in my ears the entire time.
Oh, okay. Jordan says she agrees anyway, so Matt just walking back and forth now.
Look, I went to the dentist today,
Yeah.
and I have to get at least $3,500 worth of dental work done.
Oof.
So I'm gonna celebrate that by eating candy
Yeah.
and drinking Coca-Cola.
I don't think that we should reduce. I do. Gosh, never mind. I take that back. I think student loan costs are way too high, but at the same time, I don't know if eliminating student loans right now is the best choice because then you just kind of. What did Dell say? Jordan says, I think during this year that I have been away from school, I have a clearer vision on what I want to do, what it takes to get there. It would be a good time to do internships. Yeah, but a lot of people encourage internships while you're in school.
And back to what Jordan, yeah, it was Jordan that said that. Yeah, and kind of back to what she was saying with this, she took a year off of school. When you're in high school, you're still a baby. Sorry, Jordan. Like you don't know what you want to do with your life at 18 years
Yeah,
old, unless you do. I mean, some people do,
and
but
but that's a rare case. Honestly, those are rare cases.
my cousin is a prime example of not knowing what he wanted to do. My cousin went to Kansas State University for like 8 years and never got a master's degree in anything because he kept changing majors every like couple of years because he couldn't figure out what he wanted to do.
Right.
So Jordan was saying, take a year, take 2 years off, take 5 years off. You know, however many years you need to kind of figure out what you want to do with your life. That way, you're not.
Well, the other aspect is when people go to college, there's more of a social realm that people go to college for. So when they get into that social aspect, they kind of lose sight of what they originally had. So take for example, like I went to UGA and I originally wanted to be a biology major, like everybody that comes in. Yeah, and parties. Like,
Jordan nailed it. I got a funny college party story when you get done with your saying what you're saying.
but I like I originally wanted to be the generic biology major that everybody goes into school with starting out. So I went through my courses, I did good, but I slacked because I had social interactions that I wanted to invest in. So I mean, I lost interest and my ideas changed, and I kind of found like a different path that I wanted to be on at the time. And I'm not discouraging my experience at all or discrediting those because I think all my experiences kind of led me to my current position now. So I think just taking the time away from school to be able to think about what you want to really do is key here.
So, real quick party story. I used to work for Sonny's Barbecue,
Here we go.
and I was catering a like a company thrown tailgate party for what are those things called that fly around? They sting you in the ass.
Wasps.
Yellow jackets.
Yellow
The yellow jackets. I didn't know what they were called. So where our area that we were catering to was located at was right across the street from a frat house. And when I tell you this particular incident that I witnessed as soon as we got set up is a scene straight out of a movie, nothing is. This dude in the second story of the frat house, plastered out of his mind, red Solo cup, leans out the window. Something happened. He ended up falling out of the window, rolling down like the slightly slanted part of the roof, falling down to the ground, hitting a bush, never spilled his beer.
Damn, that takes some effort. He should be in the
That
Olympics. He
I
should
don't
be in
know
the
how.
Olympics, bro.
I don't know how he managed to do that and not spill his beer, but he literally stood up, like held his beer up and just chugged it. That shit
Never
ain't straight
sp-
from a movie. Nothing is. Look, I can't say he never spilled a drop of his beer, but there was definitely at least half of his beer left.
That man
Which,
was focused.
if you fall like
That man was focused.
10, 12 feet off of a roof into a bush with an open top red Solo cup and you still got beer in your cup, go pull yourself some more beer.
Yeah, hell yeah. That man was
Wow.
focused. Or he pretended. He
Oh
still
no, I was
didn't
close
play it
enough to
cool.
the incident where when he was pouring, like he was chugging what whew, calm down, Matt. When he was chugging what was left of his beer, it was like pouring out the side of his mouth.
I don't think you'll ever see, and it's funny because I know a lot of people that smoke, and I'm not going to name any names here, but I think the most intense focus I've ever seen is when a smoker has dropped their weed and they're trying to find it. Like that is the most focused person you will ever see in your entire life. They hate dropping their weed, and it's hilarious.
Funny story. Damn, I just got all kinds of stories. I'm not gonna name names, although it's not an unknown fact that this person smokes weed. He got arrested one time and told the cop when he was bailed out he was gonna go home and finish what he was doing when he got arrested. We were on the way to I think it was like Winfield Lake out in Kansas, and this particular person was driving, dropped his cigarette, and couldn't find it. Like, he was driving down the road, could not find it. Tell me how this shit didn't burn a hole in his crotch. Like, he got a blister on his nutsack.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. That's the worst. That's the worst.
I am 27 and have never engaged in the act of smoking the marijuana.
The marijuana.
Just throwing that out there. You would not believe it how I act, but I never have.
I couldn't imagine you high.
I couldn't imagine me high either. I mean, I've had contact highs from like concerts and people hotboxing in the vehicles that I was in, but I've never
never inhaled.
No.
I think it'll become more acceptable in the next 5 years, especially with the way laws are going.
It don't understand why. God, that pesky hair's back. It's just gonna bother me. Excuse me. I don't understand why they don't double seize me. Shit. Coca-Cola sucks. I don't know why they don't just treat it like alcohol. I mean, if you can regulate it like you can alcohol, where 21 to buy, don't operate a car while you're under the influence. And
well, I think it's a lot harder to judge when someone's high in driving because I don't know if they've developed a breathalyzer for it. I heard somewhere that they were working in the works, but it's a lot harder when, in terms of alcohol and marijuana, if you're taking two drivers driving down the road and they're both intoxicated with each of their respective substances, you at least have a breathalyzer that can measure their blood toxicity. With alcohol, you don't got crap for weed except your nose.
Know it all. They have a weed breathalyzer in Georgia.
They really do? Okay, then I take it back. I didn't know that.
I've never heard of it, but I mean, you were raising a valid point there for a second.
For a second, yeah.
But if you look at, okay, so let's just scrap the whole regulated like alcohol, and let's go to an. Yeah,
I've seen that logo before.
That's Roman Atwood. Let's go to an economical standpoint.
All right, educate me, Matt. Educate me.
Damn, put me on spot.
That's what you're here for.
I don't know like the details on exactly how much revenue Seattle, Denver, and whatever other, legal states are. But you put in those dispensaries in those towns where everything is regulated, people no longer feel the need to illegally buy the substances because, there's dispensaries. You can just walk in, get what you need to get, and walk out. So now you're not making crime, like you're not making people who are otherwise like, good law-abiding citizens, you're not making them criminals.
Right.
You're creating jobs. That's a lot of freaking money. $100 million a year minimum.
At minimum, $100 million a year, Matt.
That's a lot. Now, if you think about $100 million.
By the way, it's Jimmy.
Jimmy Jr. It is Junior. Drop a follow. Well, drop a follow anyway if you haven't. But
drop a follow, boy.
Got you.
Jimmy Jr. Yes, it is Jimmy Jr.
Like I haven't been to Denver since
appreciate
they
that, buddy.
legalized it, but I've been to Seattle on more than one, occasion.
We're going to Colorado, I think the 4th through the 8th, but we're going to ski.
Funny story.
We're going to ski.
Funny story. I'll tell you that one in a minute. I don't know. If they legalized it, or at least regulated it some, it would make these people not criminals because there's people out there who their only charge ever is possession of marijuana.
Yeah, I think that's
Like
absolutely stupid.
I do like what Georgia's taken a step in the right direction by decriminalizing it, and instead of arresting you for it, they just give you a ticket.
How was your
Um,
vacation? Oh, to New York? It was fantastic.
how
Oh,
was
I
his
loved it.
vacation, Jordan? You asked. How was his vacation? I told him to send me pictures, and he sent me a 8-second video of a drone store in New York.
Hey, if you split that up by a second, that's 8 pictures. There you
You're a dick.
go. Bring
So
some snow from your ski trip. I will.
damn, know it all. So,
Yeah.
from an economical standpoint, I do believe in the legalization of marijuana. Like, I mean, it's
Well, the problem with that I have, and I'm not against it.
me neither. Disclaimer: I'm not against it. I've
I'm
never
not
done it, but
against marijuana. It's obviously we're going up to Colorado, but to ski, obviously to
ski.
go to snow. But this the thing that I'm afraid of is that it's become so much more potent. And that's what I'm really starting to get nervous about is because of the legalization in Colorado. They've been able to mix strains and increase the THC value, and I think it's like up like a crazy percentage from what it was just 10 years ago.
Yeah,
And
but
that's
they
what I
all
that's what I'm more afraid of is because we're starting to get into like the psychedelic realms of marijuana and THC that I think we're going to see more symptomatic problems the higher the dosage.
I can agree with you on that, but they offer selection as well, though.
Yeah.
It's kind of like vaping. I can choose no nicotine. I can choose 3, 6, 9, 12, 24. You can choose your I guess intensity, but I wouldn't say like, hey, let's go to a dispensary. Me having never smoked, let's go for the strongest shit. I want my
Yeah.
face to be numb. Like no, like
Like I said, I can only imagine you being high.
it's getting more potent. But if you think about, okay, so let's kind of step away from the economical standpoint and the criminalistic standpoint. How much safer it is for a dispensary to produce their own strain of
Is it
pure.
FDA regulated right now? I don't think
I
so.
I don't know, but
I mean, that's the
uh,
same problem you run into with like juices and nicotine. It's just it's not FDA regulated, so you don't know what you're actually getting. I mean, that's what happened with the whole popcorn lungs incident with diacetyl something. I don't remember the actual chemical, but before anybody started stepping in, like there was this chemical that they were adding as a flavor additive to nicotine products, and it could cause popcorn lungs. And
oh,
I'm not saying that about marijuana, but still I like to be conscious about the aspects or the certain elements that are being added to whatever I'm taking into my body. So if it's not regulated, then that just opens the door to some of these substances.
yeah, but at the same time, you're not gonna go into a dispensary where a company is being paid millions, if not billions of dollars a year to produce a quality strain. You're not gonna go in there and buy, you know, I don't know what the measurements of weed are because I don't do anything like that. But you're
Yeah,
not
I
gonna
agree
go in
with that,
there
Dell.
and you're not gonna have your strain of marijuana laced with meth or cocaine or rat poison or
Yeah.
anything like that. So I
No,
mean,
I 100% agree. I'm just weary of some of the elements that people are just hyping up.
you
Like
know it all. That's a
yeah,
really freaking good point.
I agree with know it all. I mean, completely. I completely agree that the FDA, even with approved drugs, can be harmful. That's not what I'm trying to argue at all. What I'm trying to say is just we need to be aware of these certain aspects that again, I'm all for marijuana and I'm all for legalizing it. And I want it to be legalized because then we can openly smoke it and not having to worry about being arrested for something so stupid.
Exactly.
The problem is I just want like an awareness aspect. I want people to be aware that we haven't gone into the higher realms of what it can actually do. We don't know the facts, or we don't know, with the higher THC strands, because there not a lot of research has been done. We don't know how it can affect us symptomatically or psychologically.
That's true.
That's it. That's all I'm trying to say. Like I think, again, I'm all for the legalization of marijuana. You can put me on record for saying that. I just want us to be weary and cautious.
He's also all for the you said put him on record for being legalized, for marijuana. He's also wants to go on record that he sympathizes with Casey Anthony.
Oh my gosh. No, we are not going on record that I sympathize with Casey Anthony. I have a video of you sympathizing with Casey Anthony.
I said sometimes.
Sometimes. That's
but
fine.
In the same sentence, I also said my daughter's the only thing that keeps me alive. So
yes, you did. Yes, you did. So I think you're well loved and well known, Matt. That people understand that was a joke. Obviously.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, I'm assuming Dylan's gonna have me on again. You guys are gonna get to know me real quick.
Yeah.
I have no filter.
That's all right. And we're ADD, so we just take conversations going everywhere.
Bro, we went everywhere from serial killers to school shootings to weed to dogs to student loans.
We did talk about student loans. Holy moly. Well, shit.
That's okay though. Like I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous coming in here.
Really?
But Jordan and Know It All, you guys are like the MVPs because like you guys keep the conversation going and you help the ADHD brother out.
We've covered a lot of topics. We should have a podcast just talking about dogs. I need an agenda. We should, honestly. You can educate me on dog breeds. We could just pull up dog videos, dog pictures. I think people would like that. Hey, look, if y'all ever want someone else to come on here.
Jimmy, you ain't even got a phone. Shut your mouth, boy.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Disconnected from technology. Hell yeah, dude. Nikki wants to live on a ranch. You ever see the show The Ranch on Netflix with Ashton Kutcher? Yeah.
I refuse to watch it. I like Ashton Kutcher, but I just... Kelso.
Really? There's some weird aspects to that show in the last season they just, like, they just released. Like, there's... It's supposed to be a serious... Or... Okay, I don't know what this show does, to be honest. But there are serious moments in the show where they're, like, actually talking about issues, and someone gets murdered in the show. And they're talking about someone going to jail, and then all of a sudden, they have laugh tracks over it. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense at all. Like, why is there a laugh track over this?
100% why I refuse to get into the show Friends, because I hate that artificial laughter bullshit. Like, the joke wasn't funny. The people are not laughing that hard. That shit, somebody hit a button on a soundboard.
No, honestly, Friends is a good show.
I couldn't get into it.
Friends is a good show.
I tried several times. I could not get into it. I can't get into Dexter. I've tried several times.
I haven't gotten into Dexter. You did not just say that.
George, sorry if you hate me.
But no, I got a computer. Yeah, it's funny as hell. Yeah, see, Friends is funny. I like Friends. I never liked Friends. Man, you and Dell can just go be friends then. See what I did there? But yeah, if you want to kamikaze, if you want to get on, we can talk about some stuff. I can probably three-way the call.
If you ever want to get on, we can talk about that one time that you got hit by a boat.
Ooh, got hit by a
Juicy.
boat. Yeah, we're gonna have to hear this story. I'm still struggling going to bed at night since Netflix got rid of it. Oh man. Oh no, they got rid of that one too. They got rid of How I Met Your Mother. How I Met Your Mother is another good show.
But it was one of those shows that I could not get into at first, but yes, I wasn't gonna say it that way, Jimmy. I'll let you say it.
It's like to put up the ass.
He's not kidding at all.
That's crazy.
He's not kidding at all.
I don't even know the context of this right now, and I can't even imagine how that happened. So I'm gonna need you to get on the podcast and explain this. I love How I Met Your Mother. It's on Hulu, I think. Yeah, it's a great show. I have a friend that won't watch Friends my friend won't watch Friends because of How I Met Your Mother, and he's like, I can't watch Friends because How I Met Your Mother was so good. I'm like, bro, like Friends was the inspiration for How I Met Your Mother. Sitcoms, that's the genre it's called. I forgot the name.
Yeah. Which all the sitcoms nowadays are just pure garbage.
Yeah, I'm not a friend of sitcoms or a fan of sitcoms like today.
Like, there are some good ones out there that are like stupid cheesy. Like, if you guys have
Watch Friends
Netflix,
without Mask. I should. Shit is mega cringe. I like Neil Patrick Harris. He's a good actor. Yeah, he played a straight guy really well.
he does play a straight guy really well. But if you guys have like, hey, I didn't even realize that was Kaylor.
Hey, what up, Kayla?
So if you
Wow.
guys have Netflix, I would recommend the show Love. Um, it's one of those you kind of have to get into it. It's a very low budget rom com, but it's realistic. It's one of those realistic romantic comedies.
Did you ever see The Marriage Story?
The what?
The Marriage Story with Adam Driver and Scarlett Johansson?
No.
I watched part of it with Nikki, and I started like getting in my feels. I'm like, I can't watch this shit.
Jordan, it is a fantastic show. I wouldn't say it's binge worthy. Like, it's not one of those shows where like you have to watch it's not Stranger Things where you have to watch the entire season in one shot.
Bro, so you're telling me you don't like Friends, but you like Stranger Things?
Yep.
What? Stranger Things is alright.
I refused to watch Stranger Things until like last year.
Stranger Things is alright. It's not the best show in my opinion. I think it's just hyped up because of the nostalgia of the 80s.
It's declining. It's declining. Like season 1 of Friends, or not Friends. God dang it. Season 1 of Stranger Things was fantastic. Season 2 was good, but I mean, it's gonna be one of those shows it blew up, and then it's gonna be like The Walking Dead, and it's gonna get shitty.
Stranger Things is ending, and I think that's the right move.
I mean,
I think
about
the problem is with a lot of these shows that go on for a long time
using
is
child actors.
no, that's not it.
No, I'm saying like you can't keep a show going like Stranger Things, where you have a bunch of children as the main cast characters, and if several years aren't passing in the show, but they're passing in real life because time it takes to shoot, produce, mix, and everything like that. I mean, you either gonna have to find new actors or you're gonna have to rewrite the script to match why last season the kid was 10 years old with no mustache, and then all of a sudden a year later he's got a mustache and his balls dropped, but in the show itself only like a couple of months have passed.
October
You know what I'm
Faction
saying?
is good. No, I understand that. I think a great example of child actors though going throughout the years and following their life is Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That's
But
a great example because Harry Potter. I mean, obviously, everybody loves that shit. My wife is so into Harry Potter. Oh my gosh, she's obsessive.
me too. But I mean, like you were saying, they kept the same actors.
I never got into Harry Potter. Wow, wow, Jordan, I'm disappointed.
Jordan, this is what I gotta say about that. How dare you not be in Harry Potter?
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Harry Potter is definitely a fantastic movie series. I didn't like the Deathly Hallows Part 2. I thought it was a little rushed. I didn't like it.
They rushed it. They definitely. How are you gonna spend literally 13 or 14 years building a franchise, building a whole entire different like universe, and then for the big finale, it was just like,
Well, I just didn't like the one scene where Harry. I'm sure everybody has seen it by now, so I'm not gonna care about spoilers. But disclaimer:
spoiler alert.
spoiler alert. Mute me if you want for the next like 30 seconds. But there's the scene where Voldemort kills Harry, and Hagrid is carrying Harry's body back. Okay, and so now they're in the schoolyard of Hogwarts, and Hagrid is holding Harry's body, and all of a sudden, Harry just fucking wakes up. Like I get the whole process of him having the resurrection stone, but he just jumps out of Hagrid's arms. It just seems so weird.
It wasn't that.
It's just how the scene was done. Like I understand like the concept and everything behind it, but how they had Harry like just jump out of Hagrid's arms like that, that was just weird to me. I didn't like it.
So how that whole scene actually played out
In
from
the
somebody.
books, I know. Nikki told me.
But okay, did she tell you about how Harry was a Horcrux and when Voldemort hit him with that killing spell, he didn't kill Harry, he killed the Horcrux that was
Yeah.
in Harry. So as soon as Harry was hit, that was a Horcrux gone, and then Nagini, which was his snake, Neville killed him, and as soon as that snake died, Voldemort was free for the taking.
Yeah, no, I know that part.
With how well it was done in the books, they did not execute it well at all on the movie. I will have to agree with you wholeheartely on that. The whole
Yeah.
entire scene took place in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't like that at all. That was like, you built up this whole franchise for a 15-minute fight, and I'm like, eh, eh. I don't like that.
Like, at least with Game of Thrones, the way it ended, which was still shitty, they at least put like the last 2 or 3 episodes was one giant freaking battle. So like shit was popping off for 3 episodes entirely. They could have done, at least a 30 to 45 minute fight scene, in my opinion.
Right.
And also, I don't like the way they ended it because they ended it in a way that they could keep the series going. Like they should have just cut it. Done.
Well, that's the problem I have with a lot of these shows. Matt, have you seen the new version of Game of Thrones?
I have not, but I'm afraid to because I invested so much time and energy into the original Game of Thrones, and then was left just really disappointed with the ending.
I think a lot of people were.
It was not great.
Well, that's the problem that I have is like when these shows try and drag it out for a long time. I mean, come on, you could have ended this series like 2 seasons ago, and it would have been so much better, and it probably would have gone down in history as probably the greatest fucking show in the world. But
No,
no,
in my opinion, Game of Thrones should have went on for one more season because there was multiple. Did you ever watch Game of Thrones, Dylan?
no, and I keep getting a lot of recommendations to watch it, but I'm scared to because I heard it's really good, and I know it's really good, but and I know I'll like it, but that's the problem. I just can't waste my life doing it right now. Like if I started when the series first came out and I was watching it episode by episode, I could, but I can't. I can't
So,
now because I'll binge watch that shit and I'll lose like 2 weeks of my life.
so my
Ed
my
Sheeran's in one
biggest
episode. Hold
my
on.
biggest issue, like with how, and spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, mute me for probably the next 5 to 7 minutes.
Hey, I haven't watched it, so how are you gonna tell me this? So should I mute you?
It's not a big spoiler. I
I'm
mean, if you
kidding. I'm
got
kidding. Go
Facebook,
on,
you know the ending. So basically, you
Matt.
have Jon Snow and Daenerys. Daenerys, the entire freaking season, like the whole series, she's trying to. Ed Sheeran was in it for a second, but she's trying to get to the Iron Throne and win and become the ruler of the kingdoms or whatever. Tell me how this girl didn't win the freaking Iron Throne and then just immediately like the series ended. I'm not going to say any more details on that because just in case that what I was about to say is a spoiler. But like there was no like episodes or anything of how she ran the Iron Thrones. She like won the battle, and that was it. Like I would like to have had at least another season of the reassembly of all the kingdoms coming back together.
Yeah. Did you ever see the movie A Star Is Born?
No, and that's because I hate Lady Gaga.
Okay, but she does pretty good acting in that movie. So
Bradley Cooper is going to be the only reason I watch it eventually.
I'm not gonna lie. I teared up at the ending. Like I was really just because I can relate to that what happened, and I'm not gonna try and spoil the ending. But I wish they went into more detail about what happened after those events occurred. Like what the movie just does is like it builds up to this one event, and then done. Like the movie's over. Like they do like a 10-minute scene of everybody talking, and that's it. Like, I wish they went into more detail about what happened after that event.
I'll have to give it a shot because Bradley Cooper is amazing.
Yeah, he does a really good job.
You know who surprisingly does a really good serious role?
Who?
You'll never guess. Ashton Kutcher.
In what
You
movie or show?
you've only ever seen him in comedic roles, but if you ever want to watch a really good movie, I don't remember the full details of the movie because it's been a long time since I've seen it. It's called The Guardian, and he plays the role of a Coast Guard person.
You'll never guess. And the stream stops for me.
Jordan, are you back?
Oh, the suspense. Oh. She
Okay,
said,
so she's
he,
back.
he said
So
Ashton
it's
Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher plays a really good serious role. It's the only one I've ever known him to be in. The movie's called The Guardian, and he plays a Coast Guard member, and basically the entire movie is him rescuing people. I'm not gonna go into full detail because I don't remember the full details, but I do remember like how that movie had me feeling some type of way by the end of it because like I went into it with low expectations because Ashton Kutcher, there's no way he's gonna play a serious role good, and he does it fantastically. And another person who plays a serious role extremely well, Zac Efron in the movie Charlie St. Cloud.
Really, I saw that one. I didn't think he did that well. I wasn't
I
a
think
fan of his acting.
He did a. I'm a Nicholas Sparks fan. Not even gonna lie. So
What a simp.
that movie was amazing, and the fact that they had one of the Franco brothers in it, I get the two mixed up. Like
Yeah, I did too.
I think it was Dave.
I can't remember their names.
James. It was James Franco, younger brother. But Zac Efron actually plays a decent serious role, even though he does mostly comedic roles. My wife does too, Jordan.
Oh, High School Musical.
Bro, yo, High School Musical fanboy over here.
I did like High School Musical, ain't gonna lie.
I like the first and second one. The third one sucked ass.
Well, they had to finish it. They had to wrap up the series, you know?
I mean, yeah, obviously, but Vanessa Hudgens, boy,
Hmm.
Mm-mm-mm.
She the lady.
She aged well.
Yeah,
Zac
she did.
Efron aged well too. Look, bro,
This guy having a man crush over here. Okay.
You know damn good well Zac Efron looks good.
Yeah, of course. And I'm not. Mm-mm. Okay. I'll admit. Yep. Okay.
You know what looks just like a girl knows what looks good in a girl. A guy knows what looks good in a guy. Now,
Yeah, you
whether or
right.
not you're comfortable enough with your manhood that you can admit it out loud.
Yeah, you right. You
No, I
right.
refuse to watch it because it doesn't have the original actors, and I don't watch New Age TV because it's all crap.
I've heard it's pretty good. I've heard the new High School Musical show is pretty good. I recommend it. I was hesitant at first, but I cannot wait for the second season. Or for season two.
I'll eventually. Where is it at? Is it on Netflix, Hulu? Is it on TV? If it's on
Disney
TV,
Plus,
it's
I
not going to
think.
happen.
No, Disney Plus.
Oh well, no, fuck that. I
It's a
will not
Disney
touch Disney
original.
Plus.
It's a Disney original.
I do not. I'm boycotting Disney Plus
Why?
because they took away Daredevil and Punisher and all of my Marvel stuff.
Oh yeah, Daredevil was
Randomly
good.
just took it away. I mean, I understand, them having to take it off of Netflix for their own platform, but to cancel the series completely, nah. Like
Yeah,
those shows were doing so well and
they really were.
they were receiving such high ratings, and then they just cut it. Like I put so much energy into like falling in love with the characters in Daredevil and the characters in the Punisher, and then when they did the crossover of Punisher and Daredevil, I was just like mind blown, and then just cut the series on the biggest cliffhanger ever.
Well, I'm pretty
Fuck
sure
Disney
they were
Plus.
building it up to do
They are
like a
potentially
huge another
bringing
like
back Daredevil. It's rumored, but it's not until it's confirmed that they're bringing back Punisher and Daredevil. I'm not touching Disney Plus.
yeah. Well,
Like
I thought they
wanted
were
to watch
building it
Luke
up.
Cage and Jessica Jones and everything, but I'm not going to put my time and energy into those series for them
Yeah.
to,
Well, I thought they
not.
were building it up to do like a TV version of the Avengers. Like a crossover with Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Daredevil, Punisher.
Now that's going to kill it.
Why would they kill
That's
it?
gonna, because a TV version where it's freaking watered down.
I think it would be cool to kind of see.
You can't have Frank Castle on TV. I'm
What?
sorry. It just does not
Frank
work. You
Castle's
cannot.
fucking dope, dude.
What?
That man, whoa, that man killed everybody. That man killed
Like
everybody.
Frank Castle.
Have you seen the
Uh,
show The Society? I think you would enjoy it.
I have not, but I'm always open for new shows. But my ADHD brain cannot focus on a TV show for very long. But like Frank Castle, what's his name? Thomas Jane for the
The
original
actor.
Punisher movie did
Oh,
fantastic. And then when they brought in
what's the guy's name? The actor.
what is what is that guy's name?
I think he's in The Walking Dead. I just don't know his name.
John Bernthal. John Bernthal. Yeah, he played Shane for a few episodes and then he got murdered. But like
Oh,
John
spoiler.
Bernthal plays Frank Castle so freaking well, like it's ridiculous.
Theories about the show? Which show? The Society? What is The Society? Now you got me curious.
See, my wife watches those weird shows like
Nikki's watching Sabrina the Teenage Witch now, like the new one.
yeah, does it have Melissa Joan Hart in it?
I don't know the actor's name
If
or
it
actress.
doesn't, then is it the same blonde chick from way back in the day?
No, no,
Oh, well,
I don't know if they brought her. But I don't know if they brought her back. But no, I haven't seen The Society yet. What's it about? Watch it. Oh my gosh. No, but it's the Sabrina the Teenage Witch is like a whole new twist on like the original Sabrina the Teenage Witch, where they took it down a way darker path. Like I think they're doing deals with like the Dark Lord and stuff like that. It's crazy.
I would
Yeah,
almost
definitely not
watch
the same
that.
as the Sabrina.
Yeah, Melissa Joan Hart was definitely she was bae.
She was bad. So was that your crush growing up?
No, Jessica Alba in the show Dark Angel was my first crush that I can remember, and I was
Yeah,
like in kindergarten.
I
And
think
to this day, Jessica Alba is like, mm.
last season of Sabrina was not good.
Yeah,
Well,
know it all. Most see like I don't know how long that's been going on, how long that new series has been going. Uh, but they mostly kill. They reboots very rarely ever make it. Fuller House is a prime example. I
well,
watched the first
this
season.
isn't like a reboot. This is like a complete redo over of like the concepts of Sabrina. Like the original was a comedy. This is not a comedy.
Well, see, it's still kind of a reboot if you think about it, though. Like I understand it's a
It's the same
twist off.
characters and it's the same like the same concept, but it's not a comedy. It's more of a American horror story drama. It's about a high school kids going on a trip because their small town has a weird smell. They arrive back at the school and no one was there. No parents, just teenagers. They have to figure out what happened, why they're there, why the bus went, where everyone went, how to live without rules. I hope I didn't spoil too much. No, that's a pretty good synopsis. There's a there's a show that Nikki watched a while back. It's about like an apocalypse and it's like the apocalyptic events that take place and after the apocalypse it's like only teenagers that survived, only teenagers from this one
Oh
school.
fuck! What is the name of that
It
show?
just came out
I
recently and it like the guy from Ferris Bueller's Day Off is in it. Like
my my
he's the
wife wanted
principal
me
and
to
bad
watch
guy.
that, and I watched a few episodes of it, and it was all right, but it was not really one of those things where like I have to finish watching it right now.
Hold on, my wife just texted me from the other room. Oh, she sent me a picture of one of the new things.
But I know exactly what show you're talking about, and
Oh,
I just cannot
yeah,
remember the
I
name.
don't know the name.
My wife binge watched it, and I got bored with it. Like, there's a show out there. I think it's on a Hulu exclusive. It's called Freakish, and it's kind of the same situation.
Did you guys ever
Where
watch The Circle?
I've never seen it.
It's like a new reality show about social media and like social media influencers. That's kind of interesting.
No, like it's Freakish was one of those shows where it was like one of those got in and got out. Like they canceled it before it got started, but it was so good while it was on. And then there's also a show called Jericho.
I heard of that one, but I haven't seen
That
it.
was a really good two season show, but they love they. I'm over here reading Jordan. They ended it on a cliffhanger, but then lost funding for it and had to cancel the series.
Oh, really?
I'll tell you a really good show to watch. It's called Under the Dome. It's based off of Stephen King. That's a really good.
I want to watch Ragnarok, like Thor Ragnarok, but I can't do subtitles. I want to be on the circle. Yeah, I think the circle would be kind of fun to be on because then you can play the
Know
game really well. I wonder
Know it
if
all.
people.
If you can get past
I'm
your
sure you
hatred
would.
for subtitles, a really really good movie to watch is Apocalypto.
No, if you can get past subtitles, go right to anime, bro. Mm-mm.
Anime sucks. Apocalypto.
All right, we're into
Apocalypto.
this podcast because I'm about to kick Matt's ass.
Bringing on 180 Robert Drive, Brazelton, Georgia.
All
Bring
right,
it,
I'm gonna
bitch.
beat your ass, boy. Talk about my anime, bro. Naruto, no, bro. All the combat skills I learned from Naruto and Dragon Ball Z, you be in the ground.
Can you apply? Okay, all them combat skills don't compete with the 38 special. Just saying. You start
I'll
coming
use
at
my
me.
shadow clone jutsu, and you won't figure out where I'm at because you won't know which one's the real me. You don't even know what I'm talking about right now because you're not
You
in
know who?
anime.
Okay, I'll just call my friend Casey Anthony, and she'll take you out and get away
Oh
with
my
it.
gosh, yes, you would. Oh. Yes, that show's great, Matt. I can't focus on subtitles and watch the movie.
Know it all. Like I know how you feel. I actually have to have subtitles because I'm weird. But Apocalypto is one of those movies. Obviously, it's not in English because Mel Gibson is gifted at what he does, and he's very good at writing a movie and scripting it in the language that the movie is supposed to be in.
Jordan said, I can't, oh,
Bro,
first
jo-
Dell said I can't focus on subtitles and watch the movie. I agree with that. Like, it's hard when Nikki has subtitles on, but it's useful if there's a lot of background noise. But
what about that Area 51 raid? I was super disappointed that obviously I knew nobody was gonna actually raid Area 51, but they were like coordinating a big ass party outside of Area 51, and not a lot of people showed up. Only a few hundred people showed up, which sounds like a lot, but when you had over 2 million that pledged to go, like
I thought it was gonna be a bigger event, to be honest.
I think it would be cool for every year on that date for it to be like the next Woodstock or the next Coachella or something like that, where everybody just gathers in their weird ass like costumes and just has a good time. If you think about it, the government could capitalize on one dude's meme because the government could coordinate and throw the party and control it.
I was so happy that when I was getting ready for work, I was able to see these guys bothering the guards. I would have loved to be there. Great group of people.
Trump will spill the beans on Area 51. Honest to God, like before Trump leaves office, I want him to spill the beans on all the secrets that are going on in the White House. Because if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be him because he doesn't give a shit.
You think he will?
I don't think he will because there's going to be legal repercussions. You can't arrest a sitting president, but as soon as they're not a sitting president anymore, he's free game. So I don't think he will, but I think it'd be funny if he did.
So, do you think that I don't know if you heard, but somewhere I think that NASA posted some sort of event that's taking place this Saturday where an asteroid is coming very near to Earth's orbit, and so they're keeping an eye on it right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna call my friend Bruce Willis, and he's gonna fly up there, and he's gonna land
blow
on
it up. He's gonna
It's a
blow
good
it up.
movie if you've never seen it.
I have.
My
What does it
buddy,
call it?
my
Impact.
buddy, my buddy Cole was telling me about that earlier. And he's very creditable in his shit. I said his name. Oh well.
FBI is gonna be at his doorstep now.
Well, he's military, so former military, so he's got a lot of inside connections.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you knew that we were on actually red alert for the first time since like 2006, after Trump bombed that Iranian president dude.
Yeah. I was scared
We
about that, to be honest.
we were on red alert, but I knew before it went public because he knew. and he told me, and he goes, just so you know, within the next 12 hours, this is going to be public, and there's going to be like widespread panic. I just wanted to, give you a heads up so you
Right.
can be prepared for it. And I shit you not, on about hour 12, that shit went public, and that's all I read and all I saw all over social media was we're on red alert. So coming from Cole, like what
That's what we're here to do,
asteroid
Dale.
situation?
We love
Do
you.
what?
He said you guys are really helping my anxiety.
Hey, look, know it all.
I
Go
think
to
he's
Seattle or
sarcastic right
Denver.
now.
They got medication over there.
But so you said he had inside information about the comet, or the not the comet, but the asteroid that's coming.
He had inside information about
Hold on, this is the wife. Let me. Hey, babe, still doing the podcast.
Hey, Nikki.
All right, love you. Bye. Okay, keep going.
Like, he had insider information about the red alert thing. So for him to tell me, hey, there's potential of this asteroid fucking us up, which it's not gonna. I'm mark my words on that right now. It's not gonna. It's gonna pass close enough where you could probably see some really cool shit if you got a good telescope. But those things are moving so fast and they're so big. Earth's little gravity shit ain't gonna do nothing.
Well, even if it was coming super close to Earth, and even if it was predicted to actually hit Earth, I don't think we'd hear anything about it because the government wouldn't want to cause any mass hysteria.
Exactly. What I think is gonna happen is it's gonna come close to Earth, and part of it's gonna break off, like some of the smaller, looser parts of the whole entity is gonna break off, and we're gonna have a badass meteor shower.
You think? She said, Matt, do you believe in aliens?
I actually do. NASA has officially classified the planet killer as potentially hazardous asteroid. It will miss
they call it planet killer. That's beautiful.
Astronomical mile. So hold on, now I gotta do some research. How astronomical mile? I gotta do some conversions.
Matt over here getting his scientist glasses on.
No, bitch. I said astronaut. It literally says astronaut.
Matt, do you believe in anime cat girls? I think with Elon Musk, I think it's possible. That man's investing into it. Yeah, the scary thing is if it does enter the orbit, which I don't think it will, but if it comes close enough to orbit, just impacting Earth, gosh, it could cause mass extinction.
So it says it's going to come within 0.038 astronomical miles, which converts over into 3,532,321 miles. This shit ain't gonna do nothing.
Well, how far is the moon, to give a perspective?
$238,900 miles.
Okay, so that's literally like.
It's gonna be.
What is that?
It's gonna be
16 times the amount. I don't think that's right.
Yeah, it's the chances of that. It's not gonna happen. I mean, I understand like 3.5 million miles isn't that much when you take into consideration that there are things.
3.5 million. I thought you said 3. Oh, oh wow, yeah.
3.5 million miles.
How far is the sun then? If you had the opportunity to move to another planet, would you go? Let me go find my Xanax.
The sun is 92.96 million miles. So yes, it's gonna pass closer to us than the sun. But still 16 times further away than the moon, a thing that's a kilometer long.
I wonder what that would do to like the orbit system. Like something that massive has to have its own gravitational pull, right?
A kilometer is really not that big in comparison to this Earth, because the Earth and circumference is like 100,000 miles, I think.
That's true.
I think. Hold on, what is the circumference of the Earth? Yeah, I'm getting scientific over here.
I'm just letting you use your brain.
So the circumference of the Earth is 24,000 miles. So you're looking at something that's 3 miles ish out of that 24,901 miles. That's pre entering the orbit. If once it enters orbit, the shit's gonna burn up and get smaller. So
Yeah, but not significantly.
if something that size hit Earth, yeah, I'm pretty sure it'd fuck us up and
Yeah,
probably
it'd fuck
send
us
us
up a
into like a.
lot. It'd fuck
It
us up
probably
way more than just the initial impact.
it would probably send us into a nuclear winter, and then there would be an apocalypse. But
I
mark my
don't think he
word,
said the moon was a kilometer long. I think he's talking about the asteroid. The
yeah,
asteroid is
the
yeah.
asteroid's like a kilometer long. But still 3.5 million miles. That's ridiculous. Like that's a ridiculous, really far away
You know,
thing.
I think I would. I think I've asked this question. Asteroid ain't shit, bro. You better flex on it and use your
Asteroid ain't
apex thumb
shit. All you
skills.
gotta do is go stand outside with your big ass butthole.
Absorb that thing.
Take that asteroid right up the ass, or just Jimmy with his taking boats up the ass and taking an asteroid up the ass.
But
Anyway, what were you about to say?
I think I would move to another planet. I think it would be kind of cool to travel. I mean, I've always wanted to go to space, so to colonize another planet, I think it would be cool.
Do you want to know some really weird shit?
Yeah, sure.
Nobody in this entire Earth has ever truly been to space.
Are you a flat
Nope.
earther?
No. Nobody has ever left the Earth's atmosphere.
So, does that include the moon landing?
The moon is still in Earth's atmosphere. The atmosphere is a whole lot bigger
I
than
thought
what
it
people
was.
think it
I
is
thought it was
because it's
just in
got
the
so many
orbit.
different layers.
I didn't know. I didn't know. I thought the atmosphere didn't extend past the orbit. I mean, I'm not super educated. I'm not a scientist, so
I live for this shit. Like I love. I could
Matt
be wrong
believes the
about the
moon
moon
landing
landing.
was fake.
I could
Are
be
you
wrong about the
conspiracy
moon landing,
theorists?
but um,
Are you conspiracy theorists?
no,
Do you believe the moon landing was fake?
no,
No.
that shit was real.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's possible, but I think the easier option to believe is the moon landing was real because that's a lot of effort to go into faking something.
Okay, so here we go. The Earth's atmosphere stretches out past the moon. Now, granted, it's
Really?
not the It's not the atmosphere in the traditional sense,
I didn't
but
know that. Just learned something
um,
new.
hold on.
Just got educated. Matt, do you watch
I,
Shane Dawson?
no, I'm gonna present my screen real quick.
Do it.
So, can you guys see the screen?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, so this like glowy area right here is the, for lack of better terms, the atmosphere.
We have a buffness. That's all you need. He's basically our Hulk.
So if you look at, people who are quote unquote going to space, pull this picture up. So these satellites, technically in the space shuttle and everything, they're still in there. It's called the thermosphere, and it's basically you're not in space technically. You're still in Earth's atmosphere. It's so thin up there that you know
Yeah.
and
Oh,
the sense of weightlessness that people get, it's not them actually being weightless, it's they're falling at 26,000 miles an hour constantly.
towards the Earth, or
Yeah, they're literally, so basically what's happening is
if you need conspiracy theories,
so
watch his videos. I should.
so this space shuttle right here is falling at 26,000 miles an hour towards the Earth, right?
Yeah.
But then it gets to the bottom of it, and the Earth's, the speed and the trajectory and everything slings that shit back up, way back up to where it needs to be. Eventually, you're going to lose momentum and go, re-enter Earth's atmosphere, which is why I'm going to kind of stop sharing now. Which is why
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. There we go.
that's like kind of, it's, I don't know, I'm weird about
Peanut
shit like
butter
that.
waffles.
I know a whole bunch of nothing about a lot of shit. Like, that makes sense. Hold on, I gotta catch up on the chat.
What's interesting is have you What's interesting to me is the aspect of being in space and just floating and being in nothingness and like an abyss where there's nothing around you. Just and you're falling and you're floating.
Did you know that if you're in space, let's say you can survive in space without a helmet?
My fear would be getting lost or stuck in space.
Yo, low key, if I ever
You
like was
just
in a
vibe to death.
situation
Yeah,
where I
pretty
was
much.
lost in space, I would just take off my helmet because you're dead within 10 seconds. Or you at least lose consciousness within 10 seconds because it literally sucks all the air out of your body. And then as soon as you hit any kind of like sunlight, your blood boils and you die. But
Have you or go finish what you were saying and then we'll
so in my opinion, the creepiest thing
Space
about
geeks are
space
hot.
is you can shoot a bullet away from the earth and it's going to keep going forever until it hits something. But if let's just say you can take your helmet off and you don't have any kind of electronical communication with people, I could literally be inches from your face and yell at you and you cannot hear it.
Right, because there's no air to carry the sound, right?
Yeah, that's just a strange concept to be that close to somebody and just hear deafening silence.
Nothing. Have you ever been
Oh,
in a oh my gosh, this is giving me anxiety. Have you ever been in a sensory deprivation tank?
no, but I would do it just to do it. Like I
I
want to
have.
experience that, and I feel like I would feel helpless in there, losing my senses like that. But I would do it just to say I've done it.
For the first 15 minutes it does feel very weird because you're in pitch darkness. You have these earmuffs on that you're just there's no sound and you're floating. You're just floating and it's dark abyss and you're just letting your mind wander. And it gets kind of anxiety provoking for the first 10-15 minutes when you realize, and then after that you realize it's kind of chill in here. The water feels really good, but it's just a weird feeling. Weird
It's
feeling to
so
be floating. And that's how I feel like space would be.
That's probably exactly how it would be, except it'd be a lot more shit that can kill you.
Yeah. Oh my god, those are weird. I haven't. What is it like? You're floating on water. Yeah, I mean, you're deprived of all your senses. The only sense you're not really deprived of is smell, but for the first like 15 minutes until you get acclimated. But after that, it's it's what if you drown though? Is someone watching you in there? You're not going to drown. The water is not even a foot deep.
And even if you do potentially like flip over, I'm guaranteed they've got cameras that can see in the dark.
you're not
Unless
supposed to.
are you naked?
Yeah, you're supposed to be naked. I mean, because you're supposed to be deprived of all senses. Nikki's calling for me over there, so I think I need to go ahead and end the stream because we're almost at 2 hours now. It's probably the longest stream. Yeah.
It's been
Well,
God, this conversation's just been rolling.
no. Well, I started the stream a little bit earlier because you were
Fucking
late.
Kaylor. God damn, Kaylor.
Beat your meat in the tank. I could. Oh man, stinky dripping woohoo. But yeah, if you've never tried it, it's an interesting experience. Highly recommend it. But I do have to call the stream. Yeah, I know. I don't want to end it.
Sorry,
Come sub to
Dylan.
my channel. That's fine. I don't care. You can promote yourself here.
Everybody go sub the Ninja Ginger. That's me.
Yeah,
I get
just
on from time to time.
click his name and then once you click his
The last
name,
time
it'll
I was
bring you to
on
his
here, the
channel.
only person that freaking sub was Jordan. So thank you, Jordan.
Yeah, because Jordan's an OG. So I need to go spend some time with my wife now. But everybody, thank you so much for coming out to the chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I love each and every one of you. You guys are fantastic. We're gonna be live again. Matt, can you be on for the next podcast?
Next podcast is Tuesday, and I work on Tuesdays.
Well, I have a friend coming in. His name is Tariq. Kayla, you know Tariq. Star
Now,
Sniper.
If you guys are cool with it, and if Dylan will have me, I don't mind hopping on here on Thursdays.
Well,
Thursdays
on
they work best for me.
on Thursday next week, I have my friend Lee coming on. So Tuesday
No,
or Thursday the week after, we could start
fine.
making this a normal thing. This will be fun.
Yeah, just schedule me in. And if you don't start the stream until like 8, that'd be cool too. Cause like my kids go to bed,
You
or if you want to
guys,
do what we did tonight, you just start without me, and I just hop
thank
in
you for
the
streaming
middle.
today. Have a wonderful Valentine's Day and a great weekend. We'll see you guys on Tuesday, and Matt can be a Saturday special. We'll just have
Hey,
Matt post it
real
up for
quick before
Valentine's
everybody
Day.
goes, is my audio a whole lot clearer than it was last time?
I think it is.
Okay, good, because this microphone, like, I had to sell a body part for it. You don't want to know what body part it is.
Obviously, your asshole.
No,
So,
my wiener.
oh, oh, just as
Yeah,
valuable.
they gave me $100 for every inch of my wiener, and this was a $200 microphone, so it all worked out.
They gave you bonus money afterwards on my
Oh,
spelling.
fuck off, you bastard. But no, I definitely would love to join you guys again. This has always been fun.
Yeah. So I'll catch you guys later. Jordan, don't worry about your spelling. My reading is atrocious. So if I can come on stream on public and mispronounce easy words and get words mixed up, I think you're fine with spelling. So don't worry about it. But guys, thank you again for coming out. I really appreciate it. It really helps. Well,
Go drop
we
a
love you.
follow on his YouTube channel, DayDreams Podcast.
Yes, drop a follow on his. He's Drone Junkie. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream. Thank you guys for coming out. I really appreciate it. Love you guys. I'm trying to get more. Does Matt not qualify? I mean, he's white enough.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah. No.
Clip
Okay.
it. I mean, that's going to be one of your Instagram clips. So, hey, Instagram, how y'all doing?
Yeah. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Thanks for daydreaming with us. Take it
See y'all
easy.
later.